Hello everybody and welcome to EBINOTTI Beauty. Today I'm going to show you guys this really cute pink fresh spring look with these faux freckles, which I had so much fun doing. So I hope you guys love this one. Let's get started. Starting off today, I love to moisturize and make sure my face is super fresh before I get started. So make sure you're all moisturized before you start your makeup. And then for primer today, I'm going to be using the Nivea Men's Aftershave Balm. If you don't know about this secret, then now you know, because it's one of the best primers ever. I've got pretty clear skin, so I don't need like a whole lot of prep. I just really love to have a layer between my moisturizers and my makeup. So just giving this a nice smooth application all over the face. I bring it down my jawline and a little bit onto my neck as well. Stepping into foundation today, I'm going to use the Sheglam foundation. I'm going to mix a little bit of the Wet n Wild in with it. So just one pump of this Sheglam and then applying the Wet n Wild foundation just all over the face. I really want a full coverage look because the faux freckles are going to be a big part of this look and the really pink cheeks. So I'm going to apply a good amount of foundation, just mixing these two colors to hit my natural tone as close as possible. It's going to be a little blank and whited out than I would normally go. So when I do full coverage, I go a little bit lighter than my natural skin tone to really kind of give me that mask blank slate effect. So that's a big trick. It's also a great thing to mix your foundations if you have different colors, like your summer color, your winter color, and then you've got 5 or 6 foundations between those colors at home based on how much coverage you want and what color you're looking for. Mixing foundations has always been one of my favorite things to do. And then just making sure you really take the time with your sponge to blend your foundation in completely. So I'm really taking the time, especially with full coverage foundation, to really blend it in. I wanted to show you guys that in this one. If you like the longer foundation routines and the base or the face makeup routine, let me know down in the comments. For the most part, I'll be skipping over the base routine, just kind of ripping through it a little bit faster and showing you guys the products that I'm using today, like this Sheglam concealer. Of all the Sheglam products I've tried so far for face, for skin, the concealer is one of my favorites. I think these concealers are absolutely stunning. I use them to cream contour sometimes as well, but really for highlighting and color correcting, their concealers are amazing. I love the consistency of it. I love the sort of reflective luminosity to these concealers. They've got quite a bit of glow in them. And for someone like me with dark circles, I think that's amazing. So definitely one of my favorite products here. But like I was saying, when it comes to base makeup, I'll be skipping through it and just showing you guys the products more so than how I apply it. So if you're struggling with your skin and getting it, that beautiful flawless base, then let me know. I'll do a base routine for you guys and just show you 3 or 4 different techniques and products that I like to use in combination. So I'll show you 3 or 4 different base routines. Now we're going to cream contour and bring some life back into the face. I love, love, love these cream contour sticks from Wet n Wild. This one is Where's My Walnut, I think it's called. All of the colors and links to these products are down in the description bar if you guys are interested. I'm Canadian, so they're Canadian links, but you can always just highlight the name of the product and then search it in whatever website or platform that you're looking at in your home country. Yeah, like I said, I absolutely love these cream contour sticks. They're so great because they're malleable and you can really take the time to work with them. They don't dry down super, super quickly. So you can put it all over the face and then just blend it in at your leisure. Whereas with some cream contours, you have to be really, really careful and only apply it in small places, like as you go, because it dries down and then boom, you can't mix it around anymore. This is my technique for the nose. So it's a little, I obviously don't contour my nose like, snatch it so it's all like perfectly shaped or whatever, but this is my little trick. I just kind of flick it up towards the bridge and then bring everything across my eyes towards my temples. Another thing that I do like to do is contour my lips with a cream contour stick, especially when I'm doing a look like this. It's very clean, sort of chiseled face. So under the lip and then on either side of the Cupid's bow, little peaks. I've obviously done this a whole bunch of times, so I'm not even like looking at myself in the mirror when I do it, but take the time to learn your face. You know, like I literally have been doing makeup for so long on myself that I can watch a movie like this and do my makeup at the same time. But with you, it's like, look at the techniques that I'm doing. Look at how I know how my face feels and where I want that product to be. That's how you want to be. So talking about that, I'm keeping my blush a little bit higher today, closer towards the under eye. That's the Maybelline Cheek Heat that I'm using for my cream blush today. Keeping it a little bit higher so it almost comes right up under to where we highlighted under the eyes. That's an important trick for this look because it is stylized placed blush for a reason. Just baking today with the Sheglam powder, another product by Sheglam that I absolutely love. If you can hear the girls laughing out there, just ignore that. I'm at the spa right now, so the girls are out there having their little break. But yeah, so baking all around the mouth, under the eyes, and the forehead. Those are kind of my trouble zone, the T-zone that I like to bake in. Just adding a whole bunch of excess powder to those places, tapping it in very, very lightly, and then taking a fluffier brush with that same powder, I'm going to cut out the jawline. Again, I want a very specific look, very youthful, fresh skin, but I want it a little bit chiseled because the blush placement is going to be a little blown out and a little bit messy. So that's why I'm doing the specific angles that I'm doing today. I'm taking that and pressing out the eyelids as well before we move into this baking powder, which is a little closer to my natural skin tone, whereas the one before was for more of a highlight effect. I'm going to take this in the palm of my hand, yes, the palm of my hand, with my biggest fluffy brush. These brush sets that I use for the most part, all my brushes are from BH Cosmetics. Again, link down below. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to very lightly tap some powder into all of the contour places where we put that cream contour. So there's no powder in these places yet. We're going to bring all of those lines that we just chiseled out with our baking powder. We're going to bring them all together now and blend them. But the first step is to tap it on very lightly. And then you can go in like this and do some buffing. Around your ears and down your jawline onto the parts of your neck is very important so that everything looks cohesive and it doesn't look like you're wearing a mask. You definitely, from the side, you don't want to be looking like there's a mask on your jawline. Kind of top and bottom, you want that to blend, so make sure you're going around and blending. Before I step into my bronzer, I always give my face products just a couple minutes to set. I get up, I wash my hands and those kind of things. So make sure you take the time to do that before you step into your bronzer so that everything goes on really blended and really smooth. The Milani Bronzers, they've rebooted their bronzers. If you're old school into Milani and Rimmel and all that kind of stuff, these bronzers are so beautiful. They're very cool toned, but not contour shades. So if you don't know what that means, don't worry about it. They're just a great product and I love it. This is also how I do my nose contour. I literally just flick it back and forth to give just a little bit of color on my nose. I'm just looking at that, making sure everything feels really good. There's no sticky places. Everything has been set. And now we're blending it around the ears and the jawline. Again, very important to make this all look natural. So now we're going to use this really gorgeous blush from Sheglam. I absolutely adore their blushes. They're so pigmented, so you have to be a little bit careful, but we're going ham with blush in this look anyways because of the faux freckles. So this is the first step. I'm again putting that blush a little bit higher on the cheeks than I normally would because we're gonna go in and do faux freckles, and then like all over the nose. Like I'm not trying to keep it like in just the button of my nose. I'm just smothering the nose in blush. That's gonna be another part of these freckles. We're going to do a quick highlight before we step into our freckle look. So this is the Wet n Wild Precious Petals highlighter. Definitely my favorite highlighter right now. It's the only thing that got me to put the Master Chrome from Maybelline highlighters down, which is amazing. Make sure you're blending this highlighter across your cheeks really beautifully, like really taking the time to blend it. Otherwise, you're going to have a bit of a metallic cheek look. So just my little tip for this product. I like to bring the highlighter into the inner corner when there's almost nothing left on my brush as well, because I find it gives just like a really pretty glow, and that's what this look is going to be all about. I hate having foundation on my lips, so I'm just going to throw on a quick lip gloss. This one from Hard Candy is my favorite right now. They have hyaluronic acid in them, which is great for hydrating. And then I've been using a nude lip liner with just lip gloss lately, and it's my absolute favorite thing. If you want a little more impact, put the lip liner on before you put the lip gloss on, but it's time. So I'm gonna use, sorry if that just blasted your ears, but I'm gonna use this NYX MicroBrow pencil to start where I want some of these freckles. So just going over the nose. When I tap it to my face, it's not a very wet product because it's a brow pencil, so I'm twisting it. Next, I'm going to use this brow gel and just wipe it off a little bit on my hand and then tap it in for more all over freckles. And then I'm also going to use the tip of it to get actual like black dots, well, brown dots. Now that one is a little high up, so I'll be scraping that one off, but the rest of them are good. I'm just going to press it in with a sponge. So I'm using literally just brow products today to make these faux freckles. And then the last step is just adding more blush. So anything that didn't work out, you just scrape it off. You know, you let it dry and then you take a spoolie or something and you just scrape it off. I'm so obsessed with the eyeshadow palettes from Shein. So Sheglam is a brand that you can get from Shein. If you haven't heard of Shein yet, you must be living under a rock. We're going to step into a transition shade, this shade first, Youth, and we're going to do a really pretty pink look that you saw in the beginning. So the first thing that I really want to do with the eyes here is blend the crease so that we have a nice transition from brow to lid. So I'm adding just a little bit of this Youthful shade into the crease, so that when I paint the pink all over the lid, it blends up nicely. It already has a nice blend. So I'm getting all that work done now. Just making sure it's really well blended across the lid, blown out a little bit past the eyelashes, and just blending. That's what it is when it comes to shadow. I'm going to show you again on the other side my placement. So outer corner first, and then I drag it in towards the nose. And I pretty much am bringing it up to the bridge of the nose, like exactly like when we contoured the nose. Next, we're going to go into a bit of a deeper shade. This shade is called Ochre. Again, just adding some depth and some blending before we step into the lid shade, which is going to be a really bright pink today. So basically putting that exactly where we put the last shade and just adding a little bit more depth. So here it is, really nice and slow on the outer corner there, and then blending all around. If you get these lines right, you can do eyeshadow very, very quickly and easily. It's just the blending that takes a long time. Like this is sped up 2 times as fast, and it still takes quite a while. So yay, moment of truth. I'm gonna use a packing brush, so a dense eyeshadow brush to really pack this color onto the lid and get some impact out of it. I'm highly, highly, highly impressed by the eyeshadows from Sheglam. Pigmentation is great, blendability is great, it's not patchy. I haven't had any issues with any of their eyeshadows yet, so I'm highly impressed. I mean, look at the pigmentation on that color, it's so stunning. It looks exactly the same on camera as it does in real life too, like it's true to color. So impressive for the price point. I highly recommend you guys check out Shein's makeup. Going back into the darker shade that we put into the crease, we're going to use that underneath just to give us a bit of a contour to start. We're going to do a purple under the eye, but this is going to be just like we did before with the color in the crease. This is for blending and for smoothness, so I'm using this to flick out that line on the outer corner there, make all those lines line up really nicely. Pretty much bringing it all the way to the inner corner as well. And now we're going to step into Carnation, that nice purple shade. It's a beautiful pinky violet. I'm not overdoing it or going extra dark or anything. I just want to take this color under the eye from brown to purple. So keeping it very simple. We're going to apply a couple of layers of it. One thing I notice about these eyeshadows when they're brand new, there is a bit of a layer on top, so you got to kind of get through that before you get any of your pigmentation. Just a heads up. Blending that really nicely into that inner corner, not taking it too far in, but just making sure everything blends. Now we're going to take a clean fluffy brush and just blend out that edge. You see how quickly that edge comes off? And just like that, it's blended and it's beautiful. We don't really have to do much more work. So we're going to step into our glitter shade now. This is one of the colors that I had to get through that layer to really get this kind of a payoff. Another thing too was a really dense packing brush. And then instead of trying to tap it on, dragging it on, it's a bit of a foiled eyeshadow. So dragging, you have a bit more payoff than you do just tapping. Another technique with this eyeshadow would be putting it on with your finger. I obviously can't do that with my inner corner because my nails are like 1 inch long here, but this brush is working beautifully. I'm dragging it a little bit across the eyelid, and then stepping in with an inner corner highlight. So we're going to use that highlight from the cheek, the Wet n Wild highlighter, and use that on the inner corner as well to really brighten it up, especially with the pink in there. Pink is an interesting color to put on the eyes. So I'm going to show you guys here how I do my wings, and I'll just chat at you while we're watching that. But pink is a really interesting color to put on the eyes because, one, a lot of pink eyeshadows will dye your eyelids. If you don't know that, you should, which is why I put so much prep into my eyes before I put a color like pink on it. So then there's layers and layers between my skin and this eyeshadow color. Another thing too is like your inner corner. If you bring a pink all the way to the inner corner, it can give you like a weird beady-eyed kind of look. So that's why I'm doing wings here, is to really extend the outer parts of the eyes again and make it not look like my eyes are so close together or so beady. Bringing like a pink all the way into the inner corner can make you look sick, or you know, like you've got weird beady eyes. So here's a few techniques. Definitely highlight up the inner corner, and then extend out a wing. I like to do one wing and then the mascara, depending on what kind of eyeliner I'm using to do that wing. Now with this one, the NYC, which is a lot like the NYX liquid liner, it dries really, really quickly. So if I get some on my eyelashes, I have to do my mascara right away or it'll be all chunky and lumpy when I finish the other eye and go back to do my mascara afterwards. If that doesn't make sense, like, and you're starting to do regular makeup, it will make sense to you because it will happen to you and you'll be like, fuck, that's what she was talking about. Yes, it was. So every once in a while, I do one eye at a time. I do the wing and then the mascara and then move on to do the wing on the other eye. The only problem with that is if you mess up the wing and you have to go back to the first eye because your second one didn't match, then you can potentially get more eyeliner all over your mascara, and you really just wipe it off, like with your finger, or pinch it off or something like that, but potential to fuck up your entire look based on that, just so you know. So just finishing off this wing. Now, here's another thing I like to do with like a pink, or, I mean, there's a lot of colors of eyeshadow that I'll step in with a nude liner here, but it'll really just open the eyes up again, especially here where we're doing faux freckles, glossy skin, sort of like that glass porcelain kind of skin look. We really want bright, open, not tired, doughy eyes. So that's what that nude liner is for. Doing a quick brow here with some brow gel. This is the same product we use for our faux freckles. Awesome, right? Gotta love that multi-use product. This is the NYX brow gel and I love it. Here's a great combination for you. Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lip. So I'm going to use an Annabelle liquid liner. I'm going to use an Annabelle lip liner here before stepping in to that liquid lip. You don't necessarily need a lip liner unless you're doing some kind of contouring, going a couple shades darker, but I do it so my lips don't bleed, meaning the color of lipstick doesn't run into your fine lines and just get a bit shoddy. I love this sort of peachy, corally toned pink. I think it goes really well with the look and looks really youthful and really cute. So that's the completed look. I hope you guys like this one. This was a lot of fun to do. I've wanted to try faux freckles for quite some time. So experiment, you know, take products in your collection that you have, brown eyeliners and mascara wands, and you know, try that and see what works. And that's basically what I did here, and I love the way it worked out. I pulled it off and it was really cute and really fun to wear. So that's it, guys. I decided to gloss up the lip in the last second. If you love my nails, go check out XO Glow Beauty on Instagram. She's amazing, really. And thank you guys so much for watching. It's always my pleasure to be here with you. Any questions, drop them down below, and until next time, guys, I'll see you later.